Hey everyone, welcome to our virtual story time here at the Big Red Barn. We are excited to read to you today a book called Cora Cooks Pancit. This is a book about a little girl from the Philippines, and it's written by Dorina Lazo Gilmore. Let's get started. Cora loved the kitchen. She loved to drink in the smells of Mama's Filipino dishes. Cora's older sisters and brother often helped with the cooking. They got the grown-up jobs like shredding the chicken or mixing noodles in the pot. They sliced vegetables and rolled lumpia into tidy egg roll shapes. Cora was stuck with kids' jobs like drawing pictures in the flour or licking spoons. She longed to be a real cook. One day, Cora's 3 older sisters headed to the mall. Her brother darted outside with his ball glove. Now was her chance. Cora popped her head around the corner. "What are we making today, Mama?" Mama wiped her hands on the front of her red apron. She put her hands on her hips. "What would you like to make today?" asked Mama in her buttery voice. Cora was surprised Mama was letting her decide. She scrunched up her pug nose and began to think. All her favorite Filipino foods danced in her head. Lines of lumpia pranced in rows. Adobo chicken legs bebopped in time. She saw a large bowl of pancit. The thick noodles and vegetables curled and swirled in a dance party. Will you teach me to make pancit? She asked. "Of course," said Mama. "Would you like to wear my red apron?" Cora was a real cook now. The apron was a little too big, but it would do. Mama helped Cora tie the strings around her back and make a neat bow at her belly button. "This apron belonged to Lolo, your grandpa," said Mama. "He wore it when he first came to California. He was a cook for the Filipino farm workers who picked strawberries and grapes in the fields." "Did Lolo teach you how to cook?" Cora wanted to know. "He did," said Mama. "I followed him each day to the big kitchen. He created all kinds of dishes to fill the hungry workers' tummies. While he cooked, he told stories about the Philippines where he was born." Cora nodded as she listened. "Lolo told us about the countryside where he grew up. His family harvested pineapples, bananas, and papayas. He used to eat smashed fried bananas and sweet rice wrapped in banana leaves." Cora stuffed her hands in the deep apron pockets. She imagined Mama and Lolo cooking together. She saw Lolo as a boy unwrapping the banana leaves and scooping the sweet rice from inside. Cora knew the rules in Mama's kitchen. She scrubbed her hands with soap. Mama dug in the cupboards and refrigerator for ingredients. She listed what they needed for the pancit: chicken, celery, carrots, mushrooms, onions, baby corn, cabbage, ginger, garlic, and soy sauce. "Don't forget the noodles," said Cora. "Oh yes, the noodles," said Mama. "Let's get started," Mama told Cora. "Open a package of rice noodles and put them in this bowl of water. Do you know why we soak them?" "So they get soft," answered Cora. "You've been paying attention," said Mama with a wink. Cora opened the package. She plopped the big clump of noodles into the bowl. Meanwhile, Mama took out some chicken she had cooked earlier. This was Mama's special stash. She used chicken for all kinds of Filipino dishes like tanghon, chicken curry, and lumpia. "Want to help me shred?" asked Mama. Cora's eyes grew wide. A grown-up job. She was ready. She pulled the chicken pieces apart the way her older sister Prim did. She placed them on a plate. Cora snuck a tiny bite of chicken. She rolled it to the back of her mouth before Mama noticed. The salty taste tickled her tongue. "All chopped," said Mama. Cora arranged the vegetables in neat rows. Mama chopped celery stalks, carrots, cabbage, and onions. When Mama started slicing onions, tears ran down Cora's cheeks. She looked up and saw Mama's watery eyes. "Onions make us cry," sang Mama. They both laughed. Mama took out her huge pancit pan with a shiny copper outside and big handles. The pan was deep enough to hold all the ingredients. Cora danced on her tiptoes to see inside. Mama asked Cora to step back while she added some oil and the vegetables to the pan. The pot began to hiss and sizzle. Mama added spices too: garlic, ginger, and a splash of soy sauce. Cora loved the smell of garlic. "Can you check the noodles, Cora?" asked Mama. Cora scratched her head. She tried to remember what her sister Sarah did when she checked the noodles. Cora thought she should sniff the noodles, but she picked up the bowl too quickly and water sloshed onto the floor. "Are you making a mess?" asked Mama with a pointy eyebrows. "Silly Cora, you just need to touch the noodles with 2 fingers to see if they are soft." Mama laughed and handed Cora a towel to mop up the mess. Mama went to work straining the noodles. "Now for the fun part," said Mama. "Let's add the noodles to the pancit pan." "Can I stir?" asked Cora. She knew this was another grown-up job. "Yes, but be careful near the burner," called Mama, who pulled out a stool for Cora to stand on. Cora began to stir in wide circles. She watched the noodles somersault over the carrots and celery. She made the soft onions sway this way and that. The smell of ginger mixing with garlic floated to her nose. A few mushrooms escaped from the pot. Oops. That night, Mama brought the food to the table. She set out a platter of adobo chicken, 2 plates of her special lumpia with dipping sauce, and a bowl of pineapple slices. Cora's brother and sisters came to the table one by one. Daddy sat in his usual spot at the head of the table. Cora watched his eyes grow wide as he checked out all the food. He licked his lips. Finally, Mama set the steaming platter of pancit in the middle of the table. "You made pancit without us?" hollered Cora's brother, Crispin. "Who did my job?" asked Prim. "Who checked the noodles?" Sarah needed to know. Mama replied, "Cora did all the grown-up jobs." "Really?" said Daddy. "That's my girl." Cora scrunched together her eyebrows and bit her lip while the family tasted her pancit. Did she do everything right? Would they like it? Would Mama tell about the accident with the noodles? "Pretty impressive," smiled Cora's sister Irene. Crispin chomped on a big spoonful of pancit and elbowed Cora. "Not too bad," Crispin said. Cora grinned. Her eyes sparkled with delight. Daddy sat back in his chair. "This tastes like your Lolo's pancit," he said. Cora beamed with pride. "Salamat," she cried out. "Thank you." The family laughed. Cora was still wearing Mama's red apron. Here's a glossary of terms. In the Philippines, more than 200 dialects and languages are spoken in different parts of the islands. Tagalog is one of the more common languages. Some words sound similar to Spanish. Check out the meanings of the words found in this story. Adobo is a way of cooking meat using vinegar and soy sauce. There are different versions of adobo chicken and pork. Lolo means grandpa. Lumpia is the Filipino version of egg rolls, often filled with vegetables and sometimes meat, wrapped and fried. Pancit is a popular noodle dish prepared in a variety of ways depending on the family and the region they are from. The noodles are combined with the vegetables and spices and sometimes meat. The pancit noodles are called rice stick noodles. Salamat means thank you. Tanghon is made with a clear noodle called vermicelli. The noodles are combined with vegetables and often served as a side dish. And here is the pancit recipe. We'll leave it on here so your mom and dad can look at it, and maybe you guys can try to make this at home. Wouldn't that be fun? I wanted to tell you guys about a product that we sell here at Mercy House that's made in the Philippines. It's actually a ministry called Threads of Hope. And they work with over 600 families to make some of our favorite kid-friendly items called friendship bracelets. You've probably seen these before. They're fun to give and to receive. Share with your friends, and you can tie them on your wrist or your ankle. We sell a lot of them around Valentine's Day. They're perfect for Easter baskets. Tell your mom you'd love to grab a few online at Mercy House Global to send to your friends, maybe that you're not seeing at school right now. We love them. We also have gospel bracelets made by the same group in the Philippines. These are really affordable bracelets. you're helping employ hundreds and hundreds of families when you buy these, and your kids are going to love them. So make sure you grab up a few for your Easter baskets this holiday and support who we work with in the Philippines.
Hey everyone, welcome into our kitchen. I hope you enjoyed that story, Cora Cooks Pancit. We're gonna do an extension activity, a really fun, easy cooking lesson that we think you can do with your kids. I'm gonna do it with my kids. I've got Allie here, Gracie's behind the camera there. And we're not gonna follow the recipe that we included exactly because we don't have all the ingredients, but we're gonna just use what we have, and we encourage you to do the same. So we hope you'll check out the extra resources after this video, but we're gonna get started cooking in the kitchen. Okay, so first you wanna bring a pot of water up to a boil and do your noodles. So we're using rice vermicelli noodles because that's just what we have on hand. Grace, you wanna put those in the boiling water? And these cook really quickly, like 3 minutes. So we'll just cook those for 3 minutes, and while that's boiling, we're gonna see what vegetables we're gonna add. Okay, so now we've moved on to some of our other ingredients. So Allie, what are you working on?
I am cutting up some chicken that we grilled the other night.
Yep, so this is some chicken that we had left over from grilling it the other night. So you could use whatever you have, a chicken breast or a whole chicken that you boil, or a rotisserie chicken or anything like that. And then Gracie, what are you working on? Now, the recipe that we've included has a lot of ingredients. We didn't have all those ingredients, and you probably don't either, but you can still make this with whatever you have on hand. So what do we have, Gracie?
We have cabbage, carrots, green onions, and mushrooms.
And mushrooms. So cabbage, carrots, green onions, and mushrooms are gonna be our veggies. And moms, you probably already know this, but if you can get your kiddos in the kitchen helping you, it's much easier to get them to eat whatever you cook. So we've got everything cut up, and now Gracie is just putting it in the pan there, and we're gonna mix all the veggies with a little bit of olive oil, and we're gonna saute them for a few minutes. So we've got it on the oven now, just over a medium heat, and mixed with some vegetable oil, all of our veggies, and we're just gonna let that simmer. So we've got all of our veggies now in our pan over just a medium heat with some olive oil, probably about 2 tablespoons or 3 tablespoons of olive oil. So we're just gonna saute that until all the veggies become a little bit soft. If you like them crunchy, then you would not saute it for as long. But we're gonna make ours a little bit soft because there's some crunchy carrots in there. But you just go with whatever your family and your kiddos like. Okay, now we're gonna add some flavor to our veggies. So Gracie has a 1/4 cup plus 2 tablespoons of soy sauce that she's gonna add in there. And then Allie has a signature spice from the Philippines and some other Asian countries, and that is ginger. So she's gonna add, there's the ginger. She's gonna add a tablespoon of ground ginger. All right, we're gonna mix all that up. Let it come back up to a simmer for another 3 or 4 minutes there. Okay, so that's sauteed for about 3 or 4 minutes, and now we're gonna add in our chicken that we cut up earlier. And again, you can use whatever chicken. If you have some pre-grilled or pre-boiled chicken, or you could grab a rotisserie chicken, or you could take raw chicken and cook it however you'd like and add that in there. And we're gonna mix all that together before we add the rice noodles.
Making it easier for me.
Now we're gonna add in the rice noodles.
Sure.
And we're gonna mix those around with our tongs because they kind of stick together a little bit. All right, so we've got it all mixed up. We're just gonna take it and put it into our serving dish. Well, thanks for joining us. We hope you guys enjoyed this very informal cooking lesson, and we hope you have a fun recipe that you can make with your kids and your family tonight for dinner. What do you guys think? Is it good? Yeah. All right, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.